recording, and we are good. We're doing it. We're live.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, hello there.
I wish we had more, gotta cue some music going on too. So when we
Yeah.
start, people, it's like, oh my God, they're starting.
Yeah, we gotta figure that
We gotta
out.
become like the Beatles, man.
We know.
The girls are gonna be like, ah.
Yeah. All right, so we're doing this all over again. For the people that might have tuned in last time, sorry. We had no audio coming from Sir Jones, and
Wasn't my fault.
it was all my fault. I'm a complete fucking asshole, and I don't know how I'm doing any of this. So I'm just figuring it out as I go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, we
Actually,
got
let me-
we got some new stuff for you. We have our Facebook up. It is facebook.com/jagcast. And we have our Twitter handle that you can reach out and follow us on, at Jones and Gangi at Twitter. So we got our social media up and running, and if you, please, we tweet out our shows like when we go live. So if you're really interested in the show and you want to listen to more, just follow us and you'll know right when we're podcasting and being crazy. And if you
Yeah. So, fucking, how was your day at work, honey? How was?
it was excellent.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, how was your day? Monday
Eventful.
shit.
It was eventful. Everyone in the office was going ape shit crazy because they're about to embark in a long journey to some bike event. I believe it's Daytona in Florida.
Daytona.
Yeah, I think it's that. I might be completely wrong, but whatever. Yeah, so everyone's working really hard and getting everything together, and it's just a crazy house. And they're doing a road trip. They rented an entire RV, and they're fucking doing it. So, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Bringing all their bikes in there, having a team. Like, well, are they like, they're not, it's not professional, right? It's just like
Well, no, they're
amateur
going
event.
because they're working with Mobile One. Bing.
Yeah.
And they're doing a lot.
Free advertising.
Hi, Illuminati. How are
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Anyway,
I see the eye right in that. Oh.
So yeah, they're doing a lot of video stuff. We developed a iPhone app or iPad app for them, and it's just cool, man. We're basically helping them become modern because they're lost in this world of just like, for instance, they had a spin wheel made out of cardboard with questions about Mobile One. They're like, nah, how about we just turn that into an iPad app? Oh, okay, and then they love it. So that's what we're doing.
Excellent.
Yeah. Data
Yeah,
mining.
it's awesome. Yeah, we had a little seminar today about how Twitter is just the next big thing in free advertising. It's the biggest thing in marketing.
Hasn't it been
People are
big
just going
for
crazy.
like 17 years?
It's the new thing.
Oh, is it?
We're out of touch.
We don't know what we're doing. I think
This is
Twitter
what
keeps catching.
Yeah, this is what I experienced today. I mean, they kind of just did it as like a basic thing, so like we could start tweeting like with like within the company and at events and stuff.
Yeah.
Because we can't all go to like the marketing team can't really go to them, so we kind of have to be the eyes and ears of what's
Right.
going on.
Right.
But either way, they had to give us the whole ABC spiel on how to tweet, what RT means, like the basics. It was funny. I
Wow.
was sitting there going,
You developer guys are probably like,
Oh,
fuck
all
out
of them
of
were
here.
developers. Like everyone was on their computer. I don't think
course.
anyone really was
They're
listening.
probably instant messaging each other. This is freaking retarded.
They're like, motherfucker, I built Twitter.
So, do you have a lot of old people where you work, or
Oh.
or
It's a mix.
old? No, it's a mix.
It's a mix. Some young, a lot of old.
Okay.
Everyone's got their own unique talents. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Whether it
Titled family.
was anyone genuinely surprised when they were introduced to Twitter? Was anyone like so out of the loop that they were like, "What? Twitter? I can be a bird and talk to
Nah.
people?"
Nah, definitely not.
No, everyone knew.
Yeah, everyone kind of knew. It's definitely not that sort of feel. I don't think anyone would have been like, "Oh my God, tell me more."
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, "I'll be quiet." 'Cause I
Did
don't
you
know
just go through the first next generation of like sexual harassment class?
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, like
really.
where they get everyone
Yeah.
together, like, don't talk to women like this. Hey, yo, bitch, come over here. I like your skirt. Like,
It's like, well, that's the crazy thing of how we're learning now
Yeah.
so fast on the internet, like
Yeah.
way more efficient than school, if you can really get it down. Like there's so many
True.
things out there. You can get your whole entire education
no,
online.
you're fucking right, man. I went to college. I mean, duh, I went to college with you. You and I were going to college
Right.
together. And I found out towards the end that didn't really need to do it, but guess what? I
Yeah.
wouldn't have met you, wouldn't been doing this right now. So it kind of it's part of the system. It's a good
Yeah, it's not.
thing, but
Yeah, it's not saying you shouldn't go to school because you do get the benefits of like
exactly.
people and
Yep.
different resources that you can't just get online.
Yep.
Unless now we're entering the blogging era, so who knows if you do spend all the time online and you create like a presence in the blogosphere, maybe you
Yeah.
do have an imprint, and that's like your next leap, the next
Yeah.
digital.
It is. Yeah, man. I mean, to be honest, I wish like Facebook and Twitter and all this shit was. I say this all the time to my friends. I wish when I was doing the whole like professional gaming bullshit for like a year or so, I wish upon a star that we had the Twitter and the powerful Facebook and all this shit that we have now. Then, because think about college, like in 2008 when you and I were like fresh new blood. Like imagine like the people we like Instagram. Imagine it like the people we would have connected with and learned from because we can see all this new art and all these different people talking to one another, you know?
Wow, yeah. I mean, it's exploding, and it's amazing that whatever art you've ever done, like you can see there's the odds of you finding another person with a similar style is actually there's a high chance,
Very high chance.
which is crazy. You
It
think, oh
is.
wow, my style was the style,
Yeah.
no one else had it.
Yeah.
It was unique. And now we're seeing some people that can almost mimic yours exactly, I don't, and that's
Yeah.
of course like that's been like true to everyone can mimic. It's just
Right.
I think the phenomenon that I saw was amazing with two people that never met each other before and collided, and they appeared to have the same style, the same
Yeah.
exact everything.
Yeah. I
Just
mean,
odds, I guess. It's crazy.
think about this too. Think about our parents, right? Think about when rock and roll was new. Now think about guitar players and like lead guitarists, right? Those egocentric fucking crazy people that are like, I'm just gonna rip. There's probably a high chance that they would have found someone that was identical to the way that they played, and they would have related to one another or hated one another. And I feel like if they had what we have now, things would have been crazy back then with music. But
Yeah, and that's
there you
actually
go.
that's another crazy concept of just like being on the same wavelength as someone else. You're in that meditative state. Like if you've ever done really good guitar and you're just in it, like not you've zoned everything out.
Yeah.
You're not even in the room. You're actually the guitar at that one point. You're just playing.
Yeah.
And when you have that connect with someone else, it's like they're on the same wavelength and playing in the same meditative state.
Yeah.
They can just jam.
It's
Like I
the
think,
energy. It's the energy in
yeah.
that room or the area. You know, the sonic waves are like bashing your chest in or your brain in with headphones. You know, and
Yeah.
you're
The
tuning into something.
band Rat-a-tat is
Oh
one of
yeah.
those bands. They're just two guys, and they play tons of different instruments together.
Hmm.
Strings, piano, electronic, like crazy, everything.
Hmm.
And they're just switching back and forth. Like it's no big deal.
It's crazy. People would kill
Yeah.
for that. Yeah,
I mean, they're just yeah. I mean, I don't think they're the greatest thing.
yeah.
I really like them, but I when I saw them live, I was like kind of more blown away that they're not really all just like a Skrillex. They're not on a keyboard. They got a lot of talent.
Yeah, you know what's funny is today I just before this podcast I did a naughty. Skrillex just released a brand new album called Recess, and it was a surprise. He surprised the internet with this brand new album, right? And the first song, it's actually genius. It's an app that looks like Windows, where like there's a start button which says share, and there's a timer that has like the little volume and everything, like on your taskbar on Windows, and everything is time released, right? All the songs. So the cool thing is that one released today, and someone somehow grabbed it from the app, put it on SoundCloud, and let people download it. What I did is I was like, nah, I want to download this. So what I did is I used Audacity. I took in the feed. I got the MP3. I named it proper with all the proper metadata. And then I released it as a download link on my SoundCloud, which will probably be banned in like 5 seconds. But it was crazy that, like, think about this for a second. It's like the Wild West of sound. Like, it's this crazy just share pirate fest of just sounds that people are like, oh, I want to, what's this? And like they'll be like, oh, check this sound, this is crazy. And it's just this freaking hurricane of just crazy sounds. And it's funny that like people are upset about a download link because they think that they're going to lose money. No,
Yeah.
I don't think it's, music should be fucking free. People are making more money now on the shows. Like, if you like the artist,
Oh.
support them, but go to their shows.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah. I totally support the artists, but we've also come a long way. Like, I think we've gotten to a point. You've got things like RDO, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes Match. These different services that little to no cost.
Yeah.
I could pay as low as $7.99 a month to get all the music I want.
Yeah.
That's one CD a month.
Yeah.
And I don't mind paying that. Before, it's like, I remember back in the 90s, late 90s, like before, I think it was, when does Napster come out? It was like 98?
2000 and...
Or, well,
Oh,
2000.
no, you're right. No,
Was it in the
like
90s?
99, 98.
Yeah, 99, yeah.
Oh, man, I miss Napster. Remember that?
But,
click, 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 click. Just
yeah,
get
before
everything.
that, oh my gosh, that was the crazy days.
Like a kid in a candy store.
That was,
Hallelujah.
that was
Just
the
clicking
Wild
everything.
West days of
Yeah,
getting
dude.
things for free, and
Yeah.
people were going nuts.
Yep.
Like, people were getting, the smarter kids, they were getting like gigs worth of songs,
Gigs
and that
back
was
then
like,
was
remember,
a lot.
gigs was big. Yeah.
You have a gig hard drive?
You have a gig? Holy crap.
Oh.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
if someone was getting arrested over a gigabyte of songs or something ridiculous, and it's like nothing today.
Oh, by the way, allegedly, I took the song and I put it on SoundCloud as a download link.
Oh,
Allegedly.
really? Oh, jeez.
Anyway, so back to what we were saying about music and shit and like sharing and everything. There's a weird point where someone reaches as an artist where they get obsessed with being different, right? And they're like, my art. Like, for instance, me, when I was doing my vector work, I got kind of discouraged because my style was like another artist's style, which soon after, later down the road, I became friends with this and that, and it taught me a lot, right? But then it dawned on me, art is no different if it's audio or on paper, right? And think about this: if there's an artist out there that's listening to this, if you have any sort of doubt in your mind that you are like possibly ripping somebody off, you're not. Here's why. When you do art, think of yourself as a guitarist, okay? Think about the type of art you like. Let's say vector is your shit, right? Vector is like rock and roll. If you're a vector artist, you learn, let's say Jimmy Page, like one of my favorite artists out there is Hydro 74. I love that guy to death. That guy is fucking crazy. His style is amazing. It's just top. He's the best vector art. He's like my fucking vector Dark Lord sensei. I don't even know what the hell you'd call it. Anyway, I learned from him. He, to me, is my Jimmy Page, okay? Now, if I learned to play the guitar like Jimmy Page, am I ripping him off? Am I becoming a fake? No, I'm learning. I'm building from it because then you develop your own style. So I developed my own style through him. And don't be afraid to do that. That's what it's all about. It's about getting inspired. People are afraid of it.
It's so crazy, and it permeates all throughout history in almost every facet, every career, every type of thing that you do.
Yeah.
Like Nikola Tesla, you think he was the most genius man in the world? No, they were like, he was riding on the top wave of like 10 other greats before him, working off the same type of work that inspired him to be so great.
Yeah.
Eventually,
though, too. Holy fuck.
the crazy thing is you have these chains of different people that will succeed up to like a peak point where we'll get to like, I think we could be at a peak point now. I mean, we're getting music that is out of control. It's all controlled through computers.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else are you going to evolve to?
I was thinking
that's going to make noise.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't even know 4D sound because right
Yeah.
now it's like kind of three-dimensional, not really.
Right. I
Sound,
guess
like
it could be something like where like virtual reality sound or something that actually affects you like with emotional states. It'd be like neuro music where it actually affects like your state of mind
see
more.
Things you jump into a world. Sound builds an atmosphere or a ecosystem inside your head like a picture, and maybe you can see it. Oh my god, yeah.
And the crazy thing is like you could have different types of that. Of course, you'd think I would love to have positive experiences, but some people would like to have the negative, the metalheads or death metal people that want to try to experience crazy shit.
Yeah, like I want to know what it's like to be in a Viking war.
Like, a Viking war with this crazy music going on, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
You're like you see this music through like the point of view of like a first person Viking, and you're like running through a field slashing people's heads and it's just like slashing people's fucking faces off, and like you have this deep heavy metal going on. Oh my god, That
Or you
could
you
be.
could be or you could be laying in a meadow listening to the most blissful
Uh,
state of music to get
yeah.
yourself to just be like so blissed out.
Yeah, like BT. I love BT. Like, have you know the artist BT?
Is it drum bass?
No, it's more trance. He's a trance artist. He's fucking god tier when it comes to music, man. BT,
A good
Tiesto,
trance
meh.
artist?
So
Is it
yeah,
a good
BT
trance
is
artist?
yeah. I mean, if you look up BT right
Well,
now,
I mean, it's not like we don't get much good trance
well,
now.
it's coming back.
It's come
Apparently,
it is.
I have a friend of mine that's in the music industry, and he was claiming that it's coming back, and I noticed it is.
Yeah, I've
Dubstep is
seen a
slowly
few.
dying.
Right, and I've seen a few more artists take the trance step up
Hmm.
because I think now people are just doing the mollies again and this whole new little recycle of crap that these kids are
Yeah,
doing nowadays. They're
yeah.
like, no, we want the long trance going on that
Yeah, they
goes
want
on
to
for
vibe.
hours.
Yeah, they want to
Yeah,
hear that shit when they're like playing Call of Duty or like
yeah,
smoking a fucking bowl or something. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I just want to roll with it, bro. You know, and they
So
just
and then
roll
what
with
and
it.
then what killed trance in the beginning anyway? Was it just another?
Computers and innovation. No one
Guess
decided to take it to the new level. It
so.
started to go, and then it dropped because then across the pond, London, a new style came about, which is the whole dub scene and shit, and that completely eviscerated everything. Because then that spawned electro house, and then
Jeez.
house just went fucking crazy,
Yeah.
and all this maniacal bullshit is being played now with like
Yeah. Machine gun.
it's so
Random noise. Yeah, all
yeah,
like clips from music, from different movies and stuff.
yeah,
It's getting so out of
it
control.
is. It's fucking insane.
There's always some funny ones though. Like
Hmm.
I think someone showed me one with the Jurassic Park. It was like based on Jeff Goldblum's laugh.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's
they just
funny.
did a dubstep song behind it. Just
Of
like
course
crazy
they did.
stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they have
Anything.
Dubstep Cat. I always look at Dubstep Cat with the one with
Uh,
the white glasses. I love
yeah,
it.
exactly. So like, how long can this stupidity last before we get on the next stupid thing?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, dubstep is. Well, here's the thing. Let's say dubstep does go away. I think trance, like, obviously will come back, but I think trance will then get polluted again, and then it'll be like a cycle. And
Right. I don't like what would come after trance would probably
I
be
think
like
it's gonna be
maybe
like a fusion. I think it's gonna be two different
I
things.
think I think it's going to be like normal instrumental again, where it'll
Yeah.
become popular to see someone do like guitar and that's hooked up to again like a synth or like
Like a
even like a
crazy an
pad
amp and everything.
on the
Yeah.
guitar. You can do like crazy sounds. My brother is incredibly good at he's got this one pedal. So he does like he'll do a quick like riff, have it saved, and then he'll repeat it and
Hmm.
echo it and do all these crazy effects. Then he plays on top of that, then saves that clip just with pedal.
That's
He's like
pretty crazy.
he cuts clips himself in real time with just a pedal, distorts them, does whatever on via pedal, like a little bit of setting, changes
Wow.
it real quick,
So
and
he
then
does
bam.
that shit. I've seen people do it with
Oh
beatboxing.
yeah, we'll hopefully have him on as a guest. Maybe he'll do it as live, or we'll talk about it at
No, that'd
least.
be
We can
badass.
do it. It'd be
Yeah.
cool to get a video of him doing
Actually,
it,
it'd be
but.
fucking awesome for him to do it live on the freaking podcast if you can figure that out.
Yeah, well, I have to build him a portfolio site for his acting career, so hopefully
Okay.
he can do an intro song for our podcast. We'll do a trade up.
Ah, dude, that's a good idea, man. Hell
So
yeah.
Trevor, if you're listening,
Trevor, get on the
yeah,
music, buddy.
yeah, let's go.
Cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah.
Um, so you were, it sparked my memory when you mentioned Tesla. I wanted to talk about something actually kind of fucking insane and scary.
Oh,
Cupid, the drone. I brought that up last podcast when it was getting all
oh
fucked up.
yeah.
Did you read about
Uh,
that by any chance?
no, no. Can you resend it to me? Let's open up the link. Do you
Yeah,
have it
yeah,
on?
yeah. I don't have a video. There's no video. It's just a picture.
It's just a picture of
It's a
it.
picture. Let me type this in. It's called the Cupid Drone, and it's a fucking drone with a 80,000 volt stun gun.
Wow.
So we're talking a mobile flying stun gun drone. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what is
insane.
that? What are they taking down? Fucking elephants? Why?
Yeah,
Are you trying it in
80,000.
the safari? What the fuck? What is
Yeah,
that?
what is that? What is that for? Like, why 80,000 volts?
80,000 volts. What can take out 80,000 volts? Let's see.
Oh, we totally got machine guns on there, but there's no bullets yet.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
80,000 volts. What can kill 80,000 volts? How many volts from a stun gun does it take to officially kill you? How about this? Um, let's see.
Oh, that's right. This thing. Yeah.
Okay, so cops typically, I'm reading, by the way, I'm reading from Yahoo Answers, which is not the best site to ever go to, but gotta do what I gotta do. Apparently,
Um,
most tasers are 50,000 volts.
Wow, that's a little more power. Well, actually, yeah. What I brought up on last podcast, my uncle who does photography, he bought
Yeah.
one of these quadrocopters,
Oh,
and he
cool.
attached a camera to the bottom of it so that he can
Cool.
take video and pictures from like an aerial view, which is gonna be sick.
Oh my God. Is that a two-man
It's the
operation?
first.
Does one have to drive and the other one has to take pictures?
It's a good question. I mean, if they have it like you have the controller, you can rig it up to an iPad or an iPhone,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, maybe they have a separate trigger. I don't know what kind of camera they'd install on it.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
think
think
you'd have a separate thing that triggers it.
if it's made for that kind of thing, or if it's a high-end drone, maybe the drone has like, you know how like a car has cruise control. Maybe it
Yeah,
has altitude control where it can lock into an altitude and stay incredibly still, so then you can just start taking pictures and shit and kind of pivot and turn. Maybe I
yeah.
mean that kind of makes sense, right?
Hmm. Well, yeah, you could have like a GoPro on it,
Yeah.
which would just feed video, and then you edit that later.
Mm-hmm.
And then just I guess a camera, and then I guess the camera could work just by like again, just have a simple trigger.
Yeah.
And it takes click 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 click.
That's
I don't
cool.
know, like I mean, you'd have to have the GoPro video, so you line up just right, and then you snap a photo, so you
Right.
at least
Right.
see what you're taking a picture of too.
Right. You know, it'd be really badass to use that on for like Formula One, Formula 1,
Oh, I know, right?
or Le Mans. Uh,
Yeah.
like imagine that, because like you can have a shot like on a straightaway, you can have a drone idling like in the straightaway and having the cars drive underneath it, like almost at it, but like safe enough so that it doesn't fuck the cars up.
Yeah,
You could get the craziest freaking footage, I'm sure. That's like next generation right there, dude.
it's nuts.
Next
So
gen photography.
All right, what's up?
next gen. Yeah, so have you heard about this plane that went missing? Have you heard about this in the
Yeah,
news?
what the hell is that?
I'm like,
Was it
why
the
is this?
Bermuda Triangle or was it the
What
Pacific?
I know, right? Yeah. I'm like, well, it's breaking news. I'm like, wait, why is this breaking? And I'm like, oh, maybe it was a hijacking. So following up, I'm like,
Right.
and yeah, yeah, I guess if there's a rogue plane in the sky, come on. Like, how do you not?
That's
This is like the most shady shit that something happens. I think it crashed, is what the story is.
yeah.
But they can't find the debris. It takes
Huh.
off. It like I don't know. Yeah, let me pull up the story.
That's really odd,
It's
man.
really odd. And then
That's
of
really
course, like,
fucking
how
odd.
would you not be able to find the black box? Like
Ah.
all
Wait, what? It was
airplanes
over
have
the
black
ocean, you
boxes.
said, or was it?
Oh, if it's over the yeah, that's the thing. I think it was over the ocean, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
The
Yeah, they're
Malaysia
not finding that black box.
Airlines.
That black box is getting raped by a whale right now.
Well, see, here's the thing. There's people who went on with stolen passports or something.
The fuck?
So, yeah. It's like who what
Is it maybe gone, but really it's like somewhere else doing some dirty work? Like, come on, like what the fuck? How does it just disappear?
Yeah, it's let's see if this is actually a video of it. I think
Because
I have.
doesn't my question to you is, doesn't the black box have GPS? So then you can locate it and then fucking obtain it?
Oh, instantly. And those are indestructible, by the way.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It doesn't matter, like, let's say if it crashed, well, like, if it crashed over the ocean, you're still going to find a piece of the plane.
Right,
If it really got, like, really, if it was really bad.
right.
Sometimes a pilot can fly a plane into the water pretty safely. I mean,
Yeah,
it depends on how big the plane was. If it's big, it's
yeah.
still going to be a challenge. You could still easily snap the plane in half, snap a wing off or whatever, but I mean, you'd have to just glide and slow as far down as you can, and then just hopefully skim as best as you can too.
Dude, that's scary. Imagine being the people on that plane.
I mean, the guy, the good pilot, what is it over in New York? The guy, the Miracle on the Hudson.
Yeah.
That guy did fly a big plane, slowed it down, did it
Hmm.
by the book procedure. These
Hmm.
pilots are trained for this.
Well, wait,
Like our
what,
friend Trundle, who's a pilot,
Oh,
always talk.
Trundle! Oh my
Yeah,
fuck, I haven't heard that
every,
name in so long.
I know. Hey, Dan.
Hi, Dan. Hello.
Yeah.
Hope you're flying bitches all around the world.
Remember his story about his plane crash? It's like I think it was I don't know if it was I think it was a single engine,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
just like something crapped out, and then he just rolled it into a ditch.
Fuck it. No big deal.
But he's
Just,
alive.
survived. Just
Yeah,
survived
but
the
he's
plane crash. No
alive.
big
It's
deal.
not. Yeah, people who think they're gonna go crazy is beyond me. These people.
Now let me ask you, the airline, was it American or was it from another country?
It's U.S. It's a U.S. plane, but it was from Malaysia.
So it
It has
was.
a U.S. flag on it. That's what I'm seeing here.
So then, okay, this is gonna sound incredibly racist, but I do not mean it any way, shape, or form. Were they American pilots or were they
Oh, we're
other ethnicity or whatever from another country flying an
uh,
American plane?
I don't know.
Because I'm sorry.
We're getting some feedback here. Maceo and Brent and some other people. We gotta get back on Facebook here.
Oh
Some,
snap! We're getting
we have questions.
we have questions, but we can do that. We can do that towards the end. Is it on Twitter or?
Oh, well, I'm gonna look all over. I got Facebook and Twitter open.
Okay.
Oh, on our Ustream, I bet.
Oh, probably on our Ustream. Okay, okay,
All
okay.
right, I don't have that open.
I actually have the chat on right now. I can see it. Let's see. Sorry, guys. We actually didn't assume that anyone would be using the chat room. So now that we know that we have that, we could definitely work with that. Sorry, guys.
They're pushing us to be better.
No, thank you. Like honestly, thank you guys so much. Holy fuck, this is actually really cool, man.
Yeah, and I'm guaranteeing we got a lot of other listeners, so
Yeah,
we've got a lot of great, awesome stuff in store for you guys.
a lot of silliness and a lot of
A lot of
laughs and
silliness,
a
a
lot
lot
of
of awesome.
happiness. Just spread the warm love, everyone.
Yeah,
Apparently, Brent was saying they were going from Beijing to Malaysia.
Beijing to Malaysia.
Huh. Okay.
Well, that's something.
That's fucking crazy, though. That's scary. That's really, really scary.
It's a long flight.
Yeah. By the way, guys,
Well, actually,
whoever's watching, use the chat room. We'll keep that up now. I have it on my screen. I totally forgot all about that feature, which is actually really cool. So thank you.
it's the first time for everything. Gotta have
For
to.
everything.
We should have a dedicated slave to be our PR person.
Why do they have to
Someone
be a slave? Why
represents
can't they
us.
just be a volunteer or
Yeah,
some nice
volunteer for free.
individual?
Be famous on a podcast.
um. Okay. Oh, to Beijing to. Okay, yeah, to Beijing from Malaysia. Yeah, that's just a crazy thing, dude. Like I used to have a fear of planes when I was a kid. I got freaked out over it, and then you get over it. But there's always that chance. You don't fucking know, man, and it sucks to even think about it. But they do say it's safer than driving.
Hmm. Yeah, of course.
Statistically, they say it's safer. It's probably just a lobbyist move to just continue the sales of freaking plane tickets.
Oh
To
yeah.
fuck over the freaking train people. Who goes by train nowadays? Train takes
And
12
that,
years.
well, it doesn't matter. And even that, with the slow trains, they're still robbing us. The train tickets are
That's true.
super expensive.
That's true, man.
The bus is the only cheap thing, and that's still. I mean, some buses are okay, but they're all a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
You have to sometimes stand, whatever.
I have a few Canadian friends that they use the bus for their main transportation, and it's pretty effective, though. They get where they need to go in pretty good time.
Sick.
Yeah. Lucky them, right?
Yeah. So it seems like this whole Malaysia plane thing, it's like U.S. is given some same old malarkey. We have no intel, no chatter. Don't know if it's counterterrorism or not.
Of course, they're going to label us, it was the terrorism. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
it was. It could have been terrorism. They're just gonna scare us a little bit and
Yeah.
distract us from Ukraine, because that shit is crazy.
So what's going on in Ukraine now? Are you
I
keeping
don't
up with
know.
that?
It's. I mean, as much as I am, it's a very tricky situation. There's so much propaganda right now.
Yeah, there is.
The fog of war is really out there. It's like, how can we get any sources other than people on the ground and getting it some direct feeds from something that a credible source?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's on both sides. It's kind of ridiculous.
You know what's funny? Think about this. If there were a World War III, it would be the weirdest war ever. You know why? Because we have social media, and everyone has a fucking mobile phone that has a camera and video on it with Twitter. Like,
Yeah, my coworker. Oh man, this is great. My coworker was telling me today, after we got out of this retarded Twitter meeting, he was telling me like this insane idea. Like, I didn't even realize. Like, I guess he's into conspiracy, but maybe not in conspiracy.
he's a thinker.
I,
He
he's
thinks.
well, he's not American. I think we have a lot of people from Russia and all over. So like,
He's a
I get to
spy.
hear.
He's a spy. Get him out of the
Oh,
building.
of course, yeah.
I don't want
Get him.
your liver.
Yeah.
I want to take it. You out.
Tackle him. Yeah. He came up with this idea with Twitter.
Mhm.
So if someone were to get arrested or someone like that like didn't have anyone around them,
Mhm.
that they could shout out their name and someone can tweet it to a certain address and it gets aggregated into like a feed that's sent to
You
like this
shouted
other.
his name. Wait, what?
Yeah,
I
like,
lost me.
well, if someone, let's say you were get arrested
Yeah,
and no one's there to like witness this,
yeah,
or if you have any backup, someone that can help you, like go to where you're being brought.
right.
You shout out your name or your birthday, something to, basic things
Hmm.
so people can identify you.
Right, right, right.
Um, and he came up with a way to just like aggregate that simply with Twitter, like then send it to a main feed so someone can like view it in real time somewhere.
So wait, does you shouting your name activate something on your phone? Is that what you're saying? Or
Yeah, I mean, like there are apps out there too that, like, if you're in trouble, there's like alarm signals. Like if this, we're in a like a really precarious time with cops, and it's like, and the first time I noticed this when I moved down to Florida,
yeah.
first 3 years, I've had like 16 encounters with different police.
Remember
Now,
that one
okay, I'm not
time?
a criminal. It's
No, you're
just
not. Absolutely not.
I've been stopped and frisked. I had my rights abused,
Yeah.
and then I've actually had to learn a little bit too. I'm like, wow, this is out of control. Like
Yeah, I
every.
remember we were living in a pretty decent area in Boca Raton,
Yeah.
Florida, and we all were going to the beach. And remember the cops pulled us over. It was like me, Adam, a few other of
Yes,
our buddies,
Steve.
dude, and
No,
like
no big deal. Just
yeah,
like,
and
what
a
are you guys,
cop
what are you
like
kids
parks
doing?
like on the side of the road, and then like four others come. We're like, what the fuck, dude? We're just going to the beach. Like, come on, man. And that was a
Yeah,
funny story. We'll tell it later. But
yeah.
like
I had my night vision goggles or
from
whatever
Modern
from.
Warfare.
Shame.
Oh, it's so good.
The
It's
guy was
so
like,
good.
I put it on the cop's face. I go, check it out.
He couldn't
And he's
believe it. He
like,
was like,
oh,
"Oh, these actually
he's
work."
like, oh, these actually work.
Yeah, dude, that was funny. That was freaking funny. But yeah, like you were saying about the cops, though, man, like they're just bored and they just
Yeah.
want to
They
just keep
gotta,
touching
they
you.
gotta, they gotta rack up quotas, man.
Yeah,
I've already had all the New York cops talked to them. It's been already confirmed.
yeah.
They have to do these unconstitutional things.
You know, actually, where I live, there's a back road that I use to get onto the main road, and it's actually where I got my first ticket, and it sucked because it's literally a road with no houses, no pedestrians, nothing. It's just unused land, right? And he parks in the median, and it's a 40-mile-an-hour zone. I drive a Mustang. I want to drive a little like manly, not 40, but now I mean obviously I obey the freaking laws and I understand what he's doing, but he's farming. It's like a video game. He's farming credits because he's sitting in the median getting money from people that are unsuspecting in the most ridiculous area in the freaking city. How about you go look for, I don't know, a rapist or I don't know, someone that actually has like heroin or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
dude, what are you doing? Really? You're gonna sit there and start farming your freaking credits because someone's driving like over the speed limit of 40 miles an hour?
Oh
Like, come
God.
on, man. So, but you know what? Cops are though. They're good people. Like, they really are. My dad was gonna become a cop. I wanted to become a cop. I actually want to be SWAT team, but
Yeah, I have
um,
nothing against cops. It's
no, not
just
at all, man.
there's a hierarchy, different consortiums of power that control that grunts. You controlling the grunts. It's easy to control grunts.
Yeah,
That's why they're called grunts.
yeah, it's true, man.
I mean, when those grunts want to take home a paycheck to their families, I don't care. I've known a lot of good cops too, but I've met a lot of asshole ones too.
It's just
You
with
know, you
anything,
get a
dude.
mix, just like everything. Yeah.
Everything,
So,
like sports,
some, some,
games,
yeah.
anything.
Sometimes you get a good priest. Sometimes you get a priest that rapes little boys.
I
Sometimes you get a
mean,
good cook. Sometimes you get
sometimes.
a yeah.
Dude, that's fucked up. I mean,
I know.
it's that it exists. Not
But
that you
hey,
said it, but as it
every little
exists.
polarity is there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. The
It's
black and white's everything. It's the universe. There's a negative and a positive to absolutely everything, people. Everything. There
yeah.
is always going to be a good, and there's always going to be a bad. It's the only way we can live, and we just have to go with it. And you have to understand it. But the trick is to accept it, because after you accept it, it makes things a little easier. We all have our hard days. We all have our moody moments where we're just like, I fucking hate everything right now, dude. But just fucking change up something and then eventually you'll feel better about it. Like, I get frustrated on the most retarded shit sometimes, but then I really do catch myself and people think I'm still upset and I'm really not. I'm just like kind of like upset at myself for being so ridiculous, you know?
Yeah. And that's another great thing that I'm going to try to bring to this podcast is how to bring a little bit better self-awareness towards these things that you have problems with, anybody.
Yeah.
It's not just like I'm going to treat a specific problem. I'm not going to say you're like a psychologist. I'm just going to give people outlets, through meditation, through different focuses and techniques. Like a lots of things. Like a lot of people, like a lot of our friends were just natural at this because they could draw. That was actually it's a very good
Yep.
meditative art that you do for long, extended periods of time.
Yeah.
So a lot of, every artist you meet is a humble person. They're also down to earth. They're cool.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
I've never really met, there's only so many artists that were like, okay,
Gotta read
not
on them
many.
real quick, and you're like, yeah, dude,
Or
okay.
yeah, they're like they're too out there.
Yeah.
Okay, you're cool. Like I respect what you do,
Yeah.
but you're on a way different wavelength for me that I can't really
It's like
relate.
you're
I can't
trying
really,
too hard. Stop it. Just do your thing. Draw those badass things or
yeah,
paint those cool
yeah,
pictures. Like,
and don't listen to the naysayers because there's always going to be someone else
yep.
that's going to like that guy, that's going to like that other guy that you don't like.
You know, same with this. Like, we're a podcast. Someone's not gonna like our
It's so
podcast.
yeah,
Who
it's always
cares? It's
yeah,
okay.
it's always someone or something telling you no, telling you something to stop.
Yep. Yeah.
It's actually it's inbred in our human nature. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, we've been fortunate enough to surround ourselves with probably some of the most talented artists I've ever seen in my entire life in college. Like, the people that I was hanging out with, partying with, and going to classes with, some of the most very interesting people, characters out of a fucking comic book, but also super freaking talented, dude. Like,
Yeah,
beyond their
and lots of
years
crazy
talented.
stuff.
Yeah.
And all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
had
yeah.
everyone had a niche in something.
Yeah, remember Jim Wayne Todd?
Jim Wayne
I love
Todd.
that guy. If he's listening right now, I wish he were. I don't even know
Yeah,
if he is.
I think
but,
he is. He totally is.
I fucking love Jim.
He's
Jim's
out there.
amazing. He was the most positive person I've ever met in my entire life. But looks like, whoa, what happened here?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your video froze though.
I'm still frozen.
Yeah, you're still frozen. Uh-oh.
Someone tried to call me, I think, on Skype.
Ah, jerks.
I know.
You gotta
Well,
turn
hold
that
on.
off.
Hold on. Ready?
Okay.
My back?
There you are. There you
Okay.
are.
All right, good. Sorry. Little
Yeah.
technical difficulty.
Actually, yeah, I'm
We're
gonna
gonna have
put
to
on
get
the
through those.
do not. Yeah, we're
We're a baby podcast.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna put on my do not disturb thing. There we go.
Yeah, that's actually good.
Boom. Done. Get the fuck out of here.
We have to perform these ritual rites every time. Oh,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Oh, it happened again.
Yeah, I know. They called me again.
You're in a
Did they
nice
not?
pose.
Oh.
You're in a very intellectual pose right now.
Oh,
You
God,
look
that's
like you're
embarrassing.
thinking. And he's back.
And I'm back. Okay. I have to turn off my webcam and then turn it back on.
Maceo just said freeze frame.
Yeah. Snapshot. It's a Snapchat.
It's like one of those booths that everyone like has sex in and makes out where like it takes a bunch of photos of you like kissing your significant loved one.
Oh,
You know,
God.
like significant loved one, whatever. Your significant other. That's what it reminded me of because you're like, it was just weird. Anyway, so yeah, dude, positivity and all that good stuff. The freaking universe, brah. It's like fucking
Yeah.
the universe, brah.
Positivity.
Yeah, man, just put it out there. I mean, we all have our bad days. Do not. Oh, by the way, Starbucks. I'm selling out to Satan
Yeah.
apparently.
Totally having a bad Monday.
Mondays are Mondays, dude. Mondays are usually the most non-productive days in the entire week. I read that somewhere. I forgot where I read that, but there were like Tuesdays when you get all your work done.
Yeah, I saw this great little comic strip. It was this little dude climbing. It starts it starts at Thursday, or I'm sorry, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Then Wednesday, Thursday on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then this guy's just climbing up a whole bunch of stairs, and it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then once he gets to Friday, he's jumping off this high dive, and he's flying through the air, and then on Monday he lands right flat down on his face. And starts the whole process over again.
That's funny. Yeah, Mondays, dude.
Story of our lives.
Yeah. Some people don't have to do that though. Like I know people that have really, really fucking shitty jobs and they have to work on the weekends all the time. I'm fortunate enough to not have to do that all the time at all, really.
Yeah, I mean, my life has changed in the aspect where I'm actually not trying not to do too much bullshit on the weekend. I'm I'm putting more effort into this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do some other things on the web.
Yeah.
Build some cool stuff. Hopefully, I can just create something that a lot of people could use.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool. Like if you think like I've always been a fan of Legos, and life is kind of like that. You build a little here and there, and it turns into something really cool. And this whole podcast thing, I encourage anyone out there. Like I feel weird saying this right now because I've heard this said to me through watching my favorite podcast, but just do it. Just freaking figure it out and do it. It's fun. It's very fun, and you know what? We'll all connect to one another. and will ascend into the heavens because they'll become the podcasties. Anyway, I don't know. But no, it's fun, dude. It's positive. It's a fun little thing, yeah.
So let's just create a Lego club and then
Lego club.
let's just just have a little Lego time.
Little Lego time,
Just a little bit of Lego time.
Little 38 Lego time, you know? Having fun time.
Did you hear about that porn star that put out a tweet to say whoever builds me the best Lego piece gets a free blowjob or something as a contest?
And then she
Lego stock went right up. I don't know if she canceled it.
Holy shit, dude! I think
my friend was doing the chat. Yeah, she probably did. So many people must have been sending her stuff.
I'm clearly a freaking.
You realize how many people? Dude. It's like
that's actually brilliant. If you think about it, like think about that. If she was in cahoots with Lego, millions of people were like, "Oh my god, really?
Yeah,
I'm gonna build you a rocket ship."
Like, marketing scheme.
Yeah, dude.
Under the table, have like Lego associated with porn stars.
Yeah, man.
Lego's taking a new look, you guys. It's going for the adult crowd.
The adult crowd, right?
Well, yeah, you know what? Think about it. Like, are a lot of kids playing with Legos nowadays? I mean, it's still like a little niche thing, but I don't think what it was. Like, everyone's into having a freaking phone now.
You know what's funny about that? I read a post, I forgot where, but they were talking about how the toy industry is taking a huge hit because because kids are just like on their iPads or on their iPhones or just these smart devices, and they don't give a fuck about building with their physical hands. Like it was I think the picture was an older gentleman playing with Legos and then a little kid sitting next to him on his iPhone, and they were like, "This is the generation gap," because it is.
It's insane.
Yeah, dude, it really is, man.
It's with lots of stuff. Like everything's just like an interconnected web of gadgetry that these kids are playing with.
It is.
Before, like, look even at like the basic game consoles you got now. Like before, it was just plug and play. Now you got these watered down PCs that have like all this crazy stuff to them. You don't really need all that stuff. You just wanted a game machine. Why do you need this extra malarkey? It's like, and it like kills all of its. Well, I guess it's still killing.
Right.
Blu-ray players and everything else. Why not? Why don't we just get the one, shot kill? You get everything in one bundle.
That's why
parents are starting to figure that out. They're like, oh, I could just get this. Johnny can play his Xbox One while I can watch TV, and then my wife can watch Gossip Girl. It's like
Gossip Girl. I love Gossip Girl.
Yeah. Remember Golden Girls? Oh, I fucking love that show. That show was
amazing. It's such a good show.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't watched it. Oh,
it's
boy, Derek.
It's I don't give a fuck. I love that show. Freaking, it's hilarious. I was saying this too. I wanted to actually share this thought because I think I brought it up with you and a few others in online, but I think Nintendo really should enter the world of a mobile device. And I had a really crazy idea for Pokemon. Think about this, where you have it on your phone, your iPhone, right? And are you familiar with geocaching?
Yes.
Okay, so think about this. Your Pokemon are based upon your location on the globe, okay? So cool. You can you can find all of them, but you have a greater chance of finding a specific type of Pokemon depending on where you locate, right? So it would actually take people on road trips to gather Pokemon while having think about this. You gather your friends, you're all a bunch of nerds, but you also like to go drinking and shit, and you want to go on a road trip. You go to a road trip to Cali because you want to fucking get that Pikachu that has a whatever, and you have to go to the fucking geographic location on the planet. Think about this. You're in a freaking airport, and you're talking to somebody, and they go, hey, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to London. Why are you going to London? Well, I live there, but, I want to really catch me a peak tree or whatever the fuck it's called. And, you've realized that there's a fucking global, community of this game. You have to go somewhere, and it's a freaking backpacking trip, but it's also a Pokemon safari.
There's a gem in Pikachu that I need to catch. Very rare.
Hey, yeah, that's so retarded. I love it. But think about that.
That could be with a lot of things.
That's just a stupid.
Well, they
example,
created, they created that zombie app, a running app that you have.
Yes.
It knows right where you are, and then it will kind of simulate where zombies are coming around the corner or something.
So you have to run other ways, and it would figure out.
It's all auditory. It's all through your headphones and stuff. And I don't know if you have to stop and check your device, which I think you do for items and stuff. So when you're running on a track, you maybe at a certain pace you get a med kit. Maybe you have to heal yourself or something. I don't know.
Uh,
So
s-
there's lots of crazy stuff like that.
Someone said that fun fact. Nintendo was found, or Brent actually said this. Fun fact: Nintendo was founded in 1889. Is that true? I don't even know.
They were definitely not a game company.
Oh, that's right.
I
There
don't
was
think
something else. There was something else. What was their history? Their history was interesting. I forgot their history though. I should know that.
actually. Yeah, I'm gonna
Look that up on the Matrix, on the internet Matrix.
Nintendo. Tell me stuff. History. Yeah, 1889. They made
Wow.
cards,
So they made fucking
handmade
cards.
cards. So I guess like it was still gaming.
Wow. That's fucking cool though, man. They need to just swallow their little pride they have left and just give us mobile Pokemon, you crazy fucks. It's on every iPhone. You would make millions of dollars. People would
Oh,
love it to death.
they don't want to sell out like that. Not yet.
Is it selling out or is it just evolving with the times?
Yeah, but I don't know if.
You know?
I mean, the thing is, like, I think Nintendo would have been better off if they just had a main system, like a main bigger console, without
Right.
the gamepad
Right.
that hooks up to the TV,
Yeah.
and then the new 3DS should have been just an enlarged or some more
That's it.
sophisticated handheld version that
That's
controls your TV
yeah.
and 3DS at the same time.
See, here's the thing.
And you can play on the go. You can play the little 3DS games, which could be still maybe separate, or maybe play on the big
Right.
TV. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe just have it one.
That's
I
the
don't know.
problem, dude. Here's the
They make
thing. Everyone always brings up like their handheld market is like so powerful, and I
That's a
believe
good.
them. And like maybe that's why they just don't do it. They don't want to get rid of the 3DS, you know?
No, I think well, it's a very the 3DS community is very strong. There's tons of people in it,
Yeah,
like
that's true.
so many people.
A lot of people playing games and shit.
I play every day on my commute to work, and I get like an average 12 street passes a day. Just walking the street like
What
for
is
10
that?
minutes.
To be honest,
Oh,
is that like
I'm
new
sorry.
people, like buddy list
Well,
shit?
oh yeah. Well, so here, okay, let me explain this. So not a lot of people own 3DS.
I
They
know a lot of people
have
that hate it.
they have a blue, yeah. No, I think it's good. And it has Bluetooth in it, and it has a sensor. So like if we were to walk by each other,
Yeah.
we exchange our information. Like you get my me,
Right,
you
right.
get all my stats, stuff for a game maybe.
So you basically pick up new people all the time.
Oh yeah, I've got over like 400 or 500 people.
That's fucking crazy. And that was just by passing by. Wow. Has anyone ever like hooked up because of that shit?
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
girl, I
probably.
like your
There's a lot of
stats, girl.
There's a
Hey,
lot of
what you
crazy.
doing, baby girl? I love your fucking Mario, baby. Like,
Hey, give me that star.
I want that star, bitch.
I want that. Oh, actually, it's hats. Everyone was going
Hats.
crazy. Yeah, the hats and masks. They're in that
Okay.
game. So it's like,
I want
I
your
don't think you'd
hat.
even. Yeah, give me a hat.
So it's like Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, except yeah, probably not as good though because they don't have that many hats, but they are somewhat cool.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I like that kind of stuff. I mean, just the idea, like the whole when I was talking about the Pokemon thing, I think that's where it needs to go. I think
Yeah. Well, Nintendo does still some things right. The one thing is they give out so much free stuff. It's crazy. Uh, I can own, let's say you and I have a 3DS.
Mhm.
I have Mario Kart. You
Mhm.
don't. We can still both play. Full game, everything.
I've heard that concept before. Where was
Yeah.
that? That's was Xbox gonna no, Xbox One was not gonna do that. That's cool though. That's fucking cool.
One game. Like that's amazing.
Wow. Now do I keep my stats? Like what if I beat you
Oh
all the
yeah,
time?
everything's saved.
Really?
Everything's saved to a
Which I
little
wouldn't because I suck
memory
at that
card.
game. But
Yeah.
I'm so bad at Mario Kart.
Man, I can't wait for this next one to come out.
Oh, for the
Such a
Wii U?
good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we talked, I think, about the new rumored Nintendo system. What was it? The Fusion. They call it the codename Fusion.
Oh,
That
wait, they're
crazy,
like
crazy one.
the one that they didn't launch, or there's like a
No,
prototype.
the one that they apparently were talking about after the whole. Hi, sorry.
Oh,
I'm so
oh,
sorry.
oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I killed myself right now and sacrificed all my money for the Wii U.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently
the
they're working on
CEO
that.
actually cut his salary in like half, and just because of poor sales,
That's fucking
which is
nuts.
kind of it's a crazy PR. Like,
Yeah.
that's all PR. I know they're not gonna lose money in the long run. It's gonna just take the life of the GameCube. Maybe even have a little bit higher peak at the end, but that's it. I don't know how long it'll last because once Smash and Mario Kart comes out, they got to really pump some really good games out after that.
That's
Because
true.
otherwise,
That's very
people are
true.
just going to be coasting on those games for a while.
Very true, dude. That's actually incredibly true. I'm still worried though about Smash because I'm a huge fan of fighting games, and Evo still has yet to announce that Smash is going to be an official game. They announced every other game. Killer Instinct's up in that bitch. The new Street Fighter that's coming out. Everything's in it but Smash, and that's not cool. It needs to fucking be there. That game's
And
amazing.
and I don't know if that's like the same kind of political boxing out BS that they're doing to
Right?
Nintendo just because it has poor sales. Watch what's going to happen. No, it'll be on it. Watch what
Hmm.
happens to sales, and people are going to go nuts. All the fighting people are going to be playing it.
That's true,
It's a
man.
very big game,
Yeah.
and they're bringing back a lot of concepts that people, they took out in Brawl that
Yeah.
the Melee crowd really wanted back.
Speaking of games and stuff, are you gonna be getting the Oculus Rift, the VR goggle?
No.
No. How
And I'll
come?
tell you why. I think it's too soon to get it.
Too soon?
It's cool. Like I'll play with it, but I'm not going to invest in that yet.
I guess I can understand that. So you're waiting for like a more high
I
res version or someone else to make one?
I'd probably wait for the third generation iteration of that.
Third, really?
Yeah, probably.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, we'll see how fast they pump out different versions, but I guarantee the third will be nuts.
I mean, yeah, because I heard Sony's making their own, and also some other company made their own, and this one, what the fuck was the name? I can't remember the name, but
Yeah, just wait. There's going to be an explosion of these devices. This
yeah,
is like the next new thing.
that's
So
true.
think about it think about just looking back at the first iPhone that came out.
Yeah,
It was, it was crappy. It wasn't
it
that
was
great.
bad.
It was it was
Uh,
clunky
yeah,
but it did its thing.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was a
yeah,
little shiny, it looked nice, everyone bought into it.
yeah,
But I'm just saying, you're not going to have the experience that they're trying to sell you. If you want to invest in it, do it.
yeah.
If there's not, yeah, I mean, you can be one of the small percentage of people that can help develop for it, can help give input for it. You should, because that's going to be the next best thing. Like, I can't wait for virtual reality learning, and like,
Oh,
there's so many applications you can have with virtual reality, and we always keep hitting the subject. It's just
it's funny as I
crazy.
saw online, someone designed a perfect replica of Seinfeld's apartment for the
Yeah,
Oculus
exactly.
Rift.
Yep. Yeah. And they
That's
can go
fucking
into that.
cool, dude.
Yeah, we were talking about before how like we can just okay, so we went to a school that had 3D modelers, animation students that were able to create environments very realistically, like
Yeah.
what you see in movies like Avatar and
Oh yeah.
other high visual effect movies
Talented
that
as fuck, man.
very talented. I'm talking about, and there were some people that did it like some Pixar type animation and stuff
Hmm.
like that. It's all a little different. It's a
Hmm.
very big field.
Yeah.
But the environments that we can create now and then insert this into the Oculus Rift to explore in, like we can build custom environments for the Oculus Rift that's different
Yeah.
from a video game.
Yeah, man.
Ones that recognize hand movements eventually, so you can have just little wrists. Maybe like you'll have like a rubber band on each wrist and like little bands on your fingers, so that it'll actually be able to recognize like what you're doing in game. Sensors that'll just behave like, I mean, the leap motion is essentially like that. The
Do
hand gloves that can control what's going on.
yeah, do the
People have connected it
bands
to, which is nuts.
do the bands have 666 on them because that sounds like
Yeah,
Satan.
yeah, right? Can't take them
I
off.
can't take them. Uh-oh, looks like you're stuck.
Yeah.
No, man, that's true though. Like the whole I think people are going to get conditioned into not giving a fuck about something on their wrist. By the way, I'm not like talking about like, "Oh my god, the beast is coming." No, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm saying people are weird to adopt new technologies, and I think those smartwatches are going to condition us to get comfortable with things around our wrists so
Yeah.
that we are acceptant of it. And then last, but surely not least, would probably be some sort of collar, which may not
Yeah.
be so well with neckbeards, but I mean, I don't know.
The first that first
Maybe I should
smart
have said that, but whatever.
yeah, that first smartwatch that came out, the Samsung, right? They did one.
They did.
They
They
were the
did.
one that I think they were the first one. They beat everyone else.
Yep. It was Android, and then they
It's
scrapped it, and then they bought out someone else's operating system. I forgot the name of it though. And made
Yeah,
it
it's
from-
really clunky. it's, you know, a lot of people say it's like it's meh, you know. The
Of
whole
course.
point of just having that on your wrist or some other type of device that you're able to control your main device easily.
Right.
Like when I'm walking in the city, I have my headphones on. Now, the one thing that a lot of people don't even really take advantage of
Yeah.
is that mic or the multi-touch audio thing on your mic.
Yeah.
It's like the little white square thing.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people forget about
Um,
that.
yeah, like you have 5 click events, like one play, pause, hold does the call to, it would be eventually your AI.
Hmm.
So like right now it's Siri. So I'll just
Yeah.
hold it and Siri will talk to me and I'll just say, hey, what time is it? Boom, it tells me the time.
Yeah.
I don't have to take the phone out of my pocket. I'm not worried about someone just running up behind me and stealing my phone. It's so
Right.
easy. Now it does look silly when I'm saying like stuff into my face or cupping my hand and I'm like, "Psst, give me
Who the
the
fuck's
password."
that guy? That guy is
Yeah.
a little weird.
Yeah.
Avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the future. Brent actually brought up something really cool. The augmented reality. I foresee a future where glasses are commonplace, and you pay for the environment and reality that you choose to live in. Whereas everything is customizable, such as if you're walking down a street and you see someone's like personal Yelp number, where if they're a douchebag or not. I remember bringing this up with you in the past, but I'm sharing it with whomever is listening right now, where you're walking down a street and you can look at someone and it's like a Dragon Ball Z scouter, and you can scan that motherfucker and it'll give them like 5 stars, a point rating system, and how many likes they have or how many friends they have, and everyone turns into their own little product. And that's scary, but it's also fucking cool because it brings a whole new life to everything. Because you mentioned to me, Twitter's followers are kind of like a weird currency. So if someone has
Yeah, they are.
1.2 million followers, that person's rich as fuck in like the social world, right?
Oh,
So
dude,
you
you
would
get
see them on the
attacked
wall or see
every
them.
angle.
Sorry.
Keep going, sorry.
No, that's fine. You would see them walking down the street, and you would see like in a crowd of people. All of a sudden, you see a star. You see a fucking star walk by in like a crowd. And you're like, oh, who the fuck's that? And you go chase them out, and you like scan them. Like, beep, 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 beep. Oh my
Oh
god,
my
it's fucking
gosh.
Obama's cousin once removed. Like whatever, it's some famous fucking person, and you're like, oh man, friend request, friend request, and you just spam the fuck out of it until they accept you or call the cops. But that's where it's gonna, I think, head is where augmented reality takes over the future. Like monitors will be a thing of the past. VR goggles would be it. And augmented reality will be a new type of reality where you can customize your world. Like today, I want to wear a nice top hat, and you get a nice top hat and you wear it, and you're just like, I love this top hat.
Oh my
No one can
gosh.
see it in real life, but everyone can see it
Yeah.
through the augmented reality that
Oh
everyone
yeah.
fucking already has.
Augmented reality clothes.
Exactly.
Gosh. Jeez.
Crazy, because no one's gonna give a fuck
So
about what real life looks like. They're gonna be all
yeah.
about the augmented reality. Ugh,
Yeah.
that's
So I got
scary.
an awesome. Okay, so we hit about an hour now of talk.
Yeah. Wow, go us. Yeah, that felt like
Yeah, that was
10,
easy.
20 minutes. Holy
It
shit.
felt like nothing. But I also have an awesome video and something that will go off this talk because
Okay.
Google has now gone beyond in their smart labs. They're going to be building the contact lens, the prototype. That's a smart lens.
Oh my
And I have a
god.
video of this, so let me just.
Yeah,
I'm going
give
to
me
share it.
that.
I'm going to give it to you,
Sure, sure, sure.
and I'm actually going to get some water.
Oh, well, look at that. We're going to
Get
play
some
this video. It's
water.
going to, I don't know if I can full screen just yet. I got to figure out those
Oh
kinks, but I
yeah,
can play it and everything will be fine. They'll
it's
be able to see it and hear it.
it's not a YouTube, but let's see. Yeah, just roll with it. See what happens.
If it's not YouTube, you won't be able to. You just go get your water and I'll play this for the people.
Word.
Word. Whoops. And let me. Da, 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 da.
We're testing a smart contact lens that we built that measures the glucose level in tears using a tiny wireless chip and a miniaturized glucose sensor. This prototype looks and feels like a regular soft contact lens, but inside of it we have a tiny chip and a miniaturized glucose sensor that allows us to continually monitor tear glucose levels. We've had to work really hard to develop tiny low-power electronics that operate on very low levels of energy and really small glucose sensors. I'm really excited about this technology because this could possibly give another tool for people with diabetes to learn more about their blood glucose. We're still really early on. We're confident about how the technology is going so far, but there's a huge amount of work left to do. And so we're actively looking for partners to help us out with the next phases of the project.
Wow. Holy mother of God. That is crazy, dude.
I'm back.
Hey, man.
So isn't that cool or what?
That's fucking crazy. We're going to measure the glucose levels through your tears. So if you're crying, we might have more glucose and other... Like, what the... Who the fuck thinks of that? That's alien shit. That's awesome, though.
Well, yeah, Apple's kind of doing the same thing. They're doing it with a smart wrist device, though. So actually, what they actually
From
propose...
sweat? Like, perspiring?
Oh, everything, dude. It's gonna monitor.
Man,
it's
that
gonna
is
monitor.
creepy.
It's gonna monitor health for the next. Oh man, it's the next century of health monitoring.
My
it's
God, dude. That is
it's gonna
fucking
tell you
creepy.
if you're gonna eventually. I don't know how sophisticated it is. It will be at launch, but
Yeah.
eventually it'll tell you like you're about to have a heart attack. Do something about it, and you'll maybe press an emergency button, and then whoop, 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 emergency will come.
Dude,
Bam.
that
and then you'll
is
have and then you'll
insane.
have a freaking heart attack before it's like. Where does it actually stop? Maybe an early warning system before a heart attack. It's gonna be.
You know what's funny that you mentioned
as
heart
soon as I
attack?
see that, I'm gonna be like, if someone's around, just take off all my clothes and just run around like.
I'm fucked.
Stupid.
You know, it's crazy. You mentioned heart
Yeah.
attack. They developed a membrane that you could put on your heart, and it lets it beat forever.
Yeah. That's
It looks like a think of a circuit board with all the lines and dots and shit, and then make it transparent, and they wrap the heart in that, and it pulsates the heart forever.
Wow.
Vampires? Hey, what's up, vampire? Cyborg, vampire, cyberpunk shit. Like, that's fucking cool. But it's also scary, and this whole lens thing, using your tears to monitor your level, whatever.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Now,
let's just monitor everything. It's gonna get
it's
down to
cool,
like
but it's also
such a-
crazy.
Yeah, well, it's crazy because I think it's moving too fast for us to really handle at first.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
we may be able to tackle it. I just feel like even if we're able to use it successfully, and by successfully, just by not killing each other, like
right.
to that success level. But I mean,
I'm gonna stop doing that shit.
where like I guess the moral society, like how we communicate with each other will be different. Like how we gauge and judge each other, that will be vastly different.
Yeah. You know, Jesus, Brent brought up augmented reality again, and he was talking about tattoos, how you can have tattoos move around your body in an augmented world. That brings in animators, that brings in 3D modelers, that brings in designers. It's not on paper anymore. Oh my God, you can have like a fucking dragon, like all those douchebags in those clubs with the sparkly tees with the tigers. They can actually have a fucking tiger resting on their shoulder and like crawling all over. I'm like, hey girl, what's up, girl? And like, rawr, and just got a tiger crawling all over you and shit. And that could be the future.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's
I
fucking
mean,
cool. But
they
it's
already
also
have
weird.
they already have these things where you can phase like little light diodes into your body. Like you've heard
I've
of
seen
the
that, yeah.
biohackers, right?
Yep.
They're called grinders.
Grinders, yeah.
They'll open up their fingertips and put little magnets in them, put them behind their ears.
Yeah.
Those people are crazy. I've never met one, but I've heard of them.
I
Read
just
all
thought of
about
something. Has a grinder maybe put a magnet in their earlobe so they can just interchange like earrings and shit if they're into earrings and crap like that? You could have magnetic earrings on your earlobe, like boop, so you don't have to like poke anything into your ear.
Yeah, I don't.
Holla, body
Yeah,
hack. What?
Yeah, best body hack ever. It's all gonna, yeah, and that's like the next big thing is body hacking.
Yeah.
It's gonna get insane, and I don't know how long will people deny getting a body hack. Of course, it'll be given to the super rich,
Of course. Why not?
but well, it's gonna, that's how it just works. It's gonna be, who the average person is gonna afford getting like super bionic legs that make you jump 100 miles.
Until it becomes affordable, and then we have a bunch of fucking superheroes playing football, and it becomes the coolest shit ever to watch.
Yeah. Oh my Jesus! It'll be like gladiator craziness.
They'll have to make the fields
Hardcore,
4 times
like
longer.
the field will just go vertical. They'll have like walls like hovering in like 3D space, and then they're gonna jump. It'll be like Titanfall, it'll be
Oh
like
my
freaking
God.
parkour and like football.
Parkour
slash-
becomes the new fucking parkour ball or some shit.
Yeah, and then the only way to score is like you have no more end zone, no more field goal. You'll just have a wall with like certain holes in it for points, and then you have to throw it in. You'll have a
Fucking cool.
goalkeeper. So it's almost
Hell
like
yeah.
what is it like that freaking Harry Potter games mixed with football,
Dude, that'd
mixed
be
with
badass.
Titanfall.
You know, it's
Actually,
funny.
that's not a bad idea.
That's actually not a bad idea at all. I like that. It's funny you mentioned body hack. Today I was at lunch and with my coworkers, and as I was ordering food, I was about to sneeze. So I'm like, I sound like a freaking crazy person because I'm like, and like I like thought, I'm like, wait a second. I put my finger up to my nose and I press in and up, and it stops it because it hits the nerve, which cancels all sneezing ability. And
I
the
did
girl
not
looked at me
know
weird,
this.
and she goes, what? I go, oh, it's a body hack. She goes, wait, what? I go, remember back in the times when like wigs were the shit and everyone wore a wig and like women were like, oh, I'm about to sneeze. And they do that thing with their nose. What they're doing is they're pushing in and up, and it hits a nerve and it stops your sneezing. So everyone out there, when you're about to,
So it's like
it's
in
in
and
and
then
up. Yes, and you feel like a bone or like some sort of
Yeah,
bone
there's
right
something
there.
there. It's
There's
hard.
something there,
It's
and
like
when
right
you,
on-
yep, it's like a shelf. It feels like underneath of a shelf, like up against a wall. And everyone out there listening, try it. When you're about to sneeze, you're gonna look. Who cares what you're gonna look like? You're gonna be fucking badass because you won't sneeze and you won't embarrass yourself or something. But you go like this. You go, oh, I'm about to sneeze. And then you won't fucking sneeze. Nothing. It'll just go right away, and it doesn't come back like tenfold or anything. It just disappears. It hits a nerve. Somehow it disintegrates like the whole sensation of wanting to sneeze. But yeah, I called it a body hack, and she goes, oh, that's cool. Huh. And she was like fucking blown away by it. I'm like, whatever. I learned about that a while
seriously.
ago. Yeah.
Amazing. I did not know that.
You want to end on that note? You want to end on the sneezing body hack?
Yeah. I do have a good hiccup body hack.
Oh, what's that? Please share. I hate
Oh
it.
man, it's silly. All right, so yeah, I had bad hiccups like a few days ago. So
Teaspoon of sugar.
you pinch your nose,
Okay.
take 5 deep breaths, very deep,
Okay.
and then on the exhale, just tilt your head down, and then make sure you exhale like all your air, like nothing's left, and just start drinking like this. And you're gonna have to drink really slow. It's really awkward. It's like this. You keep your head down, but you drink like this.
It's the greatest podcast ever.
And you keep drinking to the point. Well, when I say this part, people freak out. You keep drinking till you actually you need a gulp of air, like you need you're feeling this sensation of drowning, like oh my god, I need air. And then when you feel that sensation, you stop.
Okay.
And you take a breath of air. Gone. It works like 85% of the time.
Wow. That's pretty intense, though.
It-
That's like, it sounds like some,
but it works almost like 100% of the time.
I believe you. Like, that sounds like some, like kinky shit. Like choke me.
Yeah.
I don't want to breathe it. Just fucking choke me. Like, it's the
Choke
same.
the hiccups out of me.
Yeah. Please get it out of me. That's fucking cool, though. I know my mom used to give me a teaspoon of sugar, and it was the most delicious shit ever, and it always worked. I was like, nom, 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 nom. It's like fucking snow in your mouth. Nom, nom, nom. Yeah, dude. Fucking, holy shit. We just did an hour and 7 minutes.
You want to call it?
Let's call it. This is a good. We made up for all that lost time. We
Yeah,
fucked up
definitely.
on Sunday, but we're good.
Yeah. We'll always bounce back.
Yeah, always. That's
Hope you
that's
guys
the
are
moral of the
enjoying
story. Bounce
this.
back, motherfuckers.
Yeah, this has been a good time, good talk.
Hell yeah, absolutely. As always.
And definitely, I'm hoping maybe next time. I've got lots of cool stuff to show people. Like, I know we have our tablets and our new pens now. We can show people, show some cool art.
Hell yeah.
Which, well, by the way, is Wacom came out with this awesome new tablet pen that Derek and I picked up. It's for the iPad and other tablets, but it works great. We use it with Sketchpad Pro and Procreate.
Yep.
The app is super powerful for drawing.
Oh,
Oh man, it's incredible. Like Photoshop, but just the medium feels super weird.
I'm actually
And
gonna,
of course, this is a tablet.
I'm gonna show people the Procreate Art, like what you can do with this thing, real quick.
Oh yeah, show a quick.
It's insane. View image. So you got the app right here, and I'm gonna. You have this crazy. It won't scroll. Of course it won't scroll. Why would it scroll? Anyway, just look at the detail. Like, you can't see right here. I'll send you the link. You could take a look at
Okay.
it.
Yes, please.
But you have the craziest detail, and this is with a freaking iPhone app.
Oh, I know.
Or iPad app. I mean,
Yeah.
This one's
I mean, just like how you'd paint. I mean, it's so fun. Like I know a lot of people like to sit down at a desktop computer with their Wacom, but tablet is like it's the next wave up, and I think it'll only get better with how you kind of feel. The thing is, we're like in that hybrid era where we came off from pencil paper,
yeah,
like we were bred with that.
yeah,
Even
man.
with computers next to us, like it wasn't that prominent to do design on computers.
No, not at all. Our computers
Uh,
sucked ass back then. It was just
exactly.
like,
It was
ugh,
all by hand.
laggy. Yeah.
So this next, generation coming up, they're gonna feel more natural with a digipen and a tablet glass surface
Yeah.
rather than paper.
Yeah. That draggy feel that I
Yeah,
know and
you
love
know
so
where
well.
like you know
Gone.
where you are,
Yeah.
and it's a little weird. Like
Mhm.
it takes a little time and practice, but you can get pretty good.
Yeah, man. For sure.
I mean, it's not so hard. Yeah. Yeah, there's some cool things. Like I'll even whip out the Neo Lucida because I would like to show that off,
Yeah, you
which
should.
is a nice little cool drawing gadget for people who want to. I mean, for people who draw a lot, you may not get a lot out of it,
Mhm.
but I mean, there's certain things that you could use it for that it may help you. A lot of master artisans used this back in the day, and now it's been brought back in the 21st
Awesome.
century, and it's amazing. And it's got a new lens, new prism. Basically, what it is in a nutshell, I can look at the medium, the paper, and the subject at the same time. How do you do that? I'll show you on the next podcast.
Fuck yeah, man.
But yeah, it's great. I think it's really good to like I'm going to be using it to get back in my drawing game, just physical. So how quick you can do uh, what's the word?
Efficiently draw.
No. It's
How fast you can procreate.
what's the yeah, let's say that gesture drawings. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Just to quickly get form.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
if you wanted to get something real quick, it's so easy,
Yeah.
and you get it very accurate.
Yeah.
Which is the cool thing.
Hell yeah.
You don't have to try. So like people like back then, those master artisans wanted the faster to make money, like in our day, like with graphic design,
Yep.
the faster you can pump out artwork, the more money you'll get, the more people that want to hire you. And these master artisans would use these tools to just replicate art or do they'll do one fine art, maybe just with their hand drawn it.
Right.
And then
Right.
they'll have maybe other grunts take their Neo Lucidas and try to replicate what the master did and maybe use that for print or publication or something.
Yeah. It's a fucking powerful
Make
tool.
copies,
It's really
lots of
cool.
different things like
When you
that.
showed me that shit, I was like, what?
Yeah. So yeah, next time we could talk about that. Lots of new cool stuff.
Yeah,
And
man.
hopefully when we get guests, it'll even enlighten this whole podcast up another notch.
Hell yeah. What's kind of cool is Brent was saying, good show. Thank you so much, Brent. And he was saying it's good background while he was photoshopping. And that's really cool to know that, like, someone's creating something badass, which, by the way, Brent is an
Right.
amazing artist.
Yeah.
And he's listening to us just chit-chat and bullshit and talk about shit. That's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
Hell
And Brent, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on as a guest. I would love to have everyone on as a guest. So eventually when we get this set up,
Yeah.
you can come on, talk about your craft, talk about,
Yep.
the normal BS, you shoot the shit. It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah,
And
it's a hangout session, man. Just
it's
talk about whatever the
exactly
fuck
what it
you
is. We just created the venue for it.
want. Yeah, everything
That's
is
all.
there.
Yep.
Come play with
So-
us.
Yeah, and definitely follow us on Twitter, Jones and Gangi,
Bing, down below.
twitter.com.
Yep.
And we have our Facebook, facebook.com/Jagcast. That's JAGCAST. And our Ustream channel, which is ustream.com/ was it
It's
channel?
.tv. It's
Dot
some
TV.
long. You know what? Fuck that URL.
Yeah,
Just go
we
to our
have it on
Facebook.
Twitter. We
And
have
we
it
have it
on
on
Twitter.
Twitter. Yeah, just go there. So, yeah, man. Thanks everyone for listening to us. We wanted to do this on Monday. Usually we do it on Sunday because we had technical difficulties. But thanks for listening, and we had a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. So
Awesome.
thanks.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
All right.
Peace
Have
out.
a good night, everyone. Bye. Love you.
Mhm.